it's Nina from VR Focus. I'm joined by
Tom Burton. I'm the exec producer on Life in VR.
Jill Kellie, commercial director for BBC Earth.
John Caplin, and I work at Preloaded, and I'm head of art.
So tell me a little bit about the experience that I just tried.
Sure. So BBC Earth Life in VR is a VR experience that's going to take you through different ecosystems off the California coast. Along the way, you're going to meet the sea otter, squid, whales, krill. You're going to go microscopic. You're going to be able to swim alongside these big mammals.
You're able to hitch a ride with an otter, officially the furriest creature on Earth. Experience a sperm whale having a... I'm not going to give it away. Yeah. You're able to go hunting with a sperm whale in the deep of the ocean, and you'll have to find out what happens after that.
What's just around the corner? How can we improve our brand? How can we innovate? And innovation is absolutely key to us. It's baked into our ethos at BBC Studios as a whole, but it's actually a driving force of BBC Earth. And working with the guys and the teams here to develop the Life in VR and working with massive partners like Google has really helped to drive that forward.
And then in terms of kind of roughly speaking how it came about, what we started to really do was pick apart the way we tell stories in natural history, and then start to look for, I guess, the interactive format points that we think would work within VR.
What's great about it is that all the creatures in the experience are aware of you. They have AI and behaviours built into them, so they'll be going about their daily lives, but they'll also be aware of your presence, will look at you, and interact with you. So there's kind of emergent behaviours that are coming through in that. BBC approached us and we got involved. So working very closely with the Natural History Department of the BBC, we went through a long process of making sure that the story was factual, was accurate, and I've learnt so much about sea otters, Humboldt squid.
I mean, and the reason we chose California was that it's already got that, it encapsulates all these different ocean areas with so much diversity of life. So it was perfect location to kind of start our journey.
Was it something that you guys approached Google with, or did Google come to you and say, hey, have you thought of perhaps telling a story this way? We've had, we have conversations with them, we approached them. And then what we did was we kind of developed an initial concept, which we then kind of took to Preloaded. Preloaded worked their magic. Obviously took that very basic starting block of like, look guys, we think the opportunity here with the level of interaction, what the headset's capable of, what we want to do in terms of telling stories, what we know works for audiences is this. I think there were two goals really. One, which was to innovate in terms of telling stories and work out how we transfer the success that we've had. And the second one was broad appeal. We really hope is one of those pieces of content that is someone's first foray in and a really positive first experience of what this is like. So lots and lots of work has gone out in terms of obviously going onto a standalone headset, which we all hope are going to have a greater uptake in terms of audience through their affordability. The artwork, tell me a little bit how you decided to create this and why it looks the way it does.
Sure. So with mobile platforms, you do have a limit on detail and how many polygons you can push around. But what we're trying to recreate is not necessarily like the visual sort of fidelity of real life, but more through its authenticity of movement and colour and just the way you move and the creature's behaviours. And being able to push some 16,000 little krill around in this massive kind of bait ball, that took some doing. So we've really pushed the Daydream platform pretty hard. We were supplied gigabytes of footage of the animals in their real life habitat. We would sit there and really study them. We worked with colleague Charlotte Jones, who's absolutely amazing. She was a natural history filmmaker, and she worked with us on this project. And that was absolutely marvellous. John and I sitting around and kind of trying to solve problems around story, and then Charlotte just being able to, at one point, us kind of trying to get to grips with what does it actually feel like when you meet an otter, and Charlotte being able to go, well, I've met one, of course, when I was in the, and
immediately being able to tell you how they behave, etc. Us being able to go and to researchers who've done the same and say, okay, well, what does that actually look like there? And how does the light come through, etc., etc. So yes, all of those points of authenticity, I think, are kind of what encompasses the brand, and we would absolutely love to bring more of that stuff in that same accessible way that we have here to more audiences, and hopefully build, you know, an audience for VR. We all believe in it. We all think it's great.
Is there sort of like a BBC stamp that you've put? I mean, I felt like the music and the orchestra and the voiceover.
Perfect. It's looking for those elements, I guess, that make it feel BBC. So the composition. Yeah, it's, you know, it's a man with gravitas talking very deeply and explaining things to you. Okay, that's that familiarity. Let's go for what we know everyone's going to go, this is totally from the BBC.
There's a complex web of life beneath these ocean waves. And so much more to discover if you just dive in.
How long did it take from concept to actual ending?
So this experience took 11 months from conception to bringing to market, and it's evolved. The concept of it evolved very much over that time. But we're very proud of the release that we've done.
Is this something that BBC is looking to do further? Is this something that you think is successful, and then you might be creating more virtual reality experiences out of it?
There's no doubt we're going to create more virtual reality experiences. I mean, we are in the process of doing it right now. VR isn't, still in its teenage years, not its infancy. So there's lots and lots of opportunities in terms of the way we tell them, whether that's location-based, whether it's standalone, etc., etc. So yes, is the answer. So it's going on to the new headset that they'll be obviously, and also it's available on the mobile-specific headsets as well. So again, trying to make sure that from a daydream perspective, as many people as possible with as wide a range of handsets, as well as those people buying the newer headset as well, can all do it.
And how much is that going to be? Is there a price for the experience?
There isn't at the moment, no.
So is that out now, or is it?
It is.
Going?
Yes,
Okay.
out now. Go get it. It's called Is Anna OK? A very different experience, a story-led one, which is going to premiere at the Sheffield Documentary Film Festival. And this is a story of two twins. It's two dual experiences where you have to experience their stories from both of their own angles and kind of come to your conclusions about what the reality is of the story in the middle. We're working with camera down in Bath, doing some astonishing motion capture. So a far more story-led experience, more straight doc in terms of what we're doing, but again, we're still looking at that from the point of view of telling a story that's about a diverse audience. We're always open to new ideas. We want to work with new partners. We're a very open company. Please do, if you have ideas, come and talk to us, come and talk to me. You can come and find out more at bbcearth.com. Please do, and hope you enjoy it.
Fantastic. Head over to vrfocus.com if you want to find out more about virtual reality or immersive experiences, and I will see you there.